Hi, my name is Roger Schluter. This video today is really on the PLP status for banks, and really whether this PLP status that they have, and it is um, it's the preferred lenders program, but everybody just calls it PLP. Anyway, banks that have this status, can it really help you get a loan faster, or is there any advantage to it? First, the SBA can grant what they call designated authority to lenders to process, to actually loan the funds, to service the loans, and also liquidate the loans. Certain SBA guaranteed loans, without prior review by SBA. So this is SBA doesn't approve this. This is the bank approving it and giving it a SBA stamp of approval itself and saying, hey, this loan is guaranteed by SBA, which is okay. Anyway, the preferred there's several designated authorities that SBA gives, and of course the very first one and the main one is the Preferred Lenders Program, the PLP status. This actually covers standard SBA loans. It covers 7A small loans. It covers cap lines, and then it also covers international trade loans. Another one of the designated authorities are SBA Express, and that would be when SBA would say, you lender can make these express loans, and you don't need us to approve them. With express loans is a 50% guarantee. They usually do a lot of lines of credit and things like that. So I'm not a big fan of a 50% guarantee. A lot of times I don't think 75 is enough. So, but anyway, that's the SBA Express is the other one of the other designated authorities, and then the third one is the Export Express. But anyway, we're here to talk about the Preferred Lenders Program, the PLP status. And to really get this designated authority criteria, lenders must meet a number of criteria. The main one is, like I said before, the ability to evaluate, to process, to service, and to liquidate loans without SBA's help. And SBA may help, but without SBA giving their absolute, approval. They do. The second thing is they have to have satisfactory performance in the past, which is pretty easy to do with SBA. I don't know. But anyway, the third thing is they have to be in compliance with all of SBA loan requirements. Now, sometimes SBA is getting bigger and bigger in this compliance thing to make sure you're doing things the way that they want them to. And then if you don't, they kind of give you a little, red mark or bad mark, for your organization. The fourth thing would be you have to be in good standing with SBA. And of course, any bank that makes loans is obviously, I don't think they let banks make loans that are not in good standing. So anyway, what we are interested in the designation of the PLP Preferred Lenders Program is that banks with PLP status, can they really make the loans quicker? And how quickly they make the loans could be very important to you. It could be important to you for several reasons. But anyway, the actual, the PLP status, it eliminates sending the loan to the SBA to get approval. SBA approval can a lot of times take 1 week to 1 month or even longer. So SBA approval can take a long time. Sometimes they go right through, and then sometimes you can have problems with it when the loan officer doesn't understand or maybe doesn't agree with you. You may want to look for a bank. A lot of banks will go ahead and show their status. They'll say, we have PLP status. We are a preferred lender. When they say that, then you're pretty good. You pretty much know they are. The other way would just be to ask the loan officer. They're going to know whether they have PLP status or not, and they're basically not going to fib about it. I mean, they'll either have it or they won't, and they'll know. So anyway, you probably want to look for a bank with PLP status if you want this loan approved quickly. You would think that all banks would want this. You'd think they'd all want, this status, but many do not. And some of these are very large banks. They do a lot of SBA loans. Not necessarily a large bank, but they do a large number of SBA loans. The reasoning is they figure that if SBA actually gets the application, analyzes the application, approves the application, then the loan, SBA would really have a hard time, or it would make it more difficult for SBA not to honor the guarantee. And that's the problem that the bank's looking at when they do these loans. They don't want the guarantee, they're depending on that guarantee. And they're really depending on the SBA guarantee if you default. They need that SBA guarantee to liquidate the loan. So that's why it becomes very important to them. And they just want to make sure that SBA is going to honor that guarantee. Now, there's very little difference in an approval from a PLP lender, and a regular bank approval. They go by all the SBA guidelines and everything, so there's really no difference between them. There's not one that is, that does things differently from the other. They're supposed to do things identical. So anyway, time seems to be the only difference, or the big difference, that the PLP, the Preferred Lending Program, will have, but that time can be pretty huge, especially if you need to move quickly. If you're trying to get, if you got a piece of real estate that you're really trying to, you've got a contract that's going to expire, well, then you need approval pretty quickly. The other thing is maybe you have, you're trying to do a project, either to buy a company or to do something else, and you need it done quickly. I mean, this person ain't going to wait forever, and they may just finally say, I've waited long enough, I'm not doing it. So anyway, hopefully you have a good contract and you can have that done. But a lot of times people like the PLP just because they know that loan can be done quicker, can be done very quickly, and there usually is no, there's no SBA to slow it down. There's no loan officer to ask questions and not understand things and slow that thing down, because that's usually what slows it down. So anyway, thanks for watching for this long, and that's it. I mean, that is a very important thing, and that's why you're thinking probably this is a pretty short video, but I tell you, PLP status is very important if you need to move quickly. And we've seen it before that, I've seen companies that they either have to find a way to do it with their bank, because it's at SBA and it's taken a long time, and their contract's about to expire, or their deal they have, buying that business is going to expire, or that person's just going to say, I'm done, I don't want to do it anymore. So anyway, sometimes time is of the essence, and when it is, the PLP program can be the difference between getting that deal done and not getting it done. So anyway, if you like this kind of content, I hope you subscribe and ring the notification bell for future videos. And then if you take away anything of value in this, I would hope you'd hit the like button. It does help our channel. And anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name is Roger Schlueter, and I'll see you in the next video.